H&M goes in cycles. It did great, then it had a poor period, and now suddenly it's outperforming. What's driving this pickup?
Well, I mean, I think we have to remember that it was just a sales increase after 3 soft quarters, and we just got, in local currency terms, this is 4% sales increase, which isn't that great, and it probably implies another like-for-like decline. Obviously, currency did boost that, and they got 9% reported sales increase.
One of the big issues, Charles, for H&M has been inventory. It's had a big backup in inventory. If you take a look at the Bloomberg, we actually have a chart of H&M's inventory days versus Inditex, which owns Zara, and you can see the big boost here. Have we seen any kind of turnaround in that, any kind of decrease in the inventory it's carrying?
Well, they haven't reported the numbers yet on that level of detail. But obviously, strong sales, particularly if there was a lot of discounting, may imply that there was some inventory reduction. And I think that investors would take that as more positively than any margin reduction. I mean, I think they can afford to miss on profit, but they can't afford to see the inventory go, beyond the 133 days that it's reached.
Right, and along with that, it's still opening stores, Charles, and as you mentioned, margins are really, really suffering. So, I mean, is this optimistic reaction warranted?
Well, it could be. I mean, I think what one's got to realize in apparel retailers is that once you get the inventory under control, is you can get really big jumps in gross margin, in gross profit. You can see 2 or 3 or even 4 percentage points leap in gross profit once you've cleared out all the excess stale inventory out of the way. So in that sense I don't think we're expecting that in this year or even probably next, but it's not impossible to imagine that could happen.
One of the reports we've seen floated, or possibilities we've seen floated, is a potential management buyout of H&M. Does the movement that we're seeing today change that possibility at all, because we are seeing a more positive reaction, or is that maybe still in the cards?
Well, of course, I mean, some of the movement we've seen today could be because of those reports in themselves. I mean, I think you have to look at, H&M is still a big company in market cap terms. It's still $26 billion, maybe a bit more now. And the family only own just over half of it, although they have a significantly greater percentage of voting rights. So it would be a very big deal to land, say, another 15 or $18 billion of debt onto the company when margins are still fragile. And as I say, the family control it anyway, so it's not completely clear what the advantage of taking it completely private would be.